party. Actually sent me a picture of this couch as part of the complaint, which means it's been there for almost a week already. So I take a picture of it. I usually try to make contact with the property owner or the tenant. Property owner needs to make sure that this is getting emptied often enough this doesn't happen.
When I pull up to the property, I don't pull up directly in front of it. This one here, they're dumping branches on the RP's property. Yeah, let's take a look.
The code enforcement department used to be underneath the community development team, and then they've moved underneath the police department in the summer of 2017.
Help is just a button away, so that's nice and comforting. Plus you build a rapport with the police department. They know you, you know them, and every once in a while they'll stop by, just kind of check on you, see where you're at in the area. And, you know, it's nice having that security.
So we'll be carrying tasers, pepper spray, and retractable batons, as well as radio. The radio is the best tool in the world for us because we're not police officers. We can get police officers there quickly with the radio versus calling on the telephone. Our mobile data communication centers here, they automatically send out a signal to dispatch about where the vehicle is.
I think the biggest rationale with this was that it could be a little bit more efficient in what we were doing. Many of the houses that code enforcement goes to are common houses that the police department goes to. They just didn't know that they were going to each other's houses. It's a little bit more of a safety issue for us and also more efficient for the city. We can use both those resources when we have issues such as some type of a problem house. Say we have a house that we suspect are dealing drugs or they're associated with stolen vehicles. Then we have the ability to work on the same property criminally and then also civilly. We have requests that come through an application called Ask Arvada. So the citizens are out there helping us police the community for us, and they find violations. They report those violations to us. The violations will come through me, and what I'll do is I'll assign those to whichever code enforcement officer works that sector. And then once they have the information on who owns it, they will go out to the property and perform a code inspection. And they're looking for the violations that were noted and or anything else that they can see. We'll send them a warning. They get generally 2 weeks.
A lot of times people just don't know that they're in violation, or they've gotten away with it for a long time because nobody noticed, and now the new neighbor complained. So this gentleman is cutting down trees that were in violation of obstructing the intersection. So he's been working on them today, and it's much better than it was. So we're just going to talk to him, let him know that it looks like he's done enough on his end of it, and then knock on the neighbor's door and let them know they need to do the same thing.
If it's fixed, then we're done with it, and that's all we have to do. If it's not fixed, we have to go through either a summons or an abatement process. Violations are kind of based on what time of year it is. Within the summer months, we see a lot of weed violations. And then when it comes into winter, you expect more of the snow-related violations where people are failing to move the snow from their walks after 24 hours, and we'll have to go contact them in reference to that. Another common one that we deal with are inoperable or unlicensed vehicles.
This is the request we have for the case that we just left. So it's got the short and sweet of what we're looking for. So for example there, if they installed that fence without a permit, I would send them a notice of violation, instructing them to come into the city hall, to the planning department, to apply for a permit to reflect what they've built and constructed. The city can do a double fee on you, so your permit will cost twice as much now. So it is important to get your permit before you do any work. And if there's ever any questions, the city's only a phone call away, so give a call.
The way to think about code enforcement, we're not there to be mean to people or anything like that. We're trying to make sure that the city of Arvada looks good and continues to look good. And this is something that affects everybody's property values, the way that people value our community, and when they look at our community, that they know that the citizens here, they value what it looks like and that we can all live here and be something that it's proud of.